Just got done watching that 1.5 version special update. There's a lot of stuff to go over, obviously new characters and weapons, but there's so many events for us to tackle. We're gonna have to be doing that exactly in this video. That's what has me the most hyped for this version update 1.5. So let's get right into it for you guys there. See the beautiful trailer out here. Well, let's talk about first and foremost any changes to the characters. Now, as you guys know already, Zhongli is officially confirmed to be back in this patch with a rerun banner and a new story mode. It's gonna also introduce a new permanent weekly boss for us to do. We'll cover more on that later though, but Zhongli is going to be back on his own banner, and he's also going to be featured with Yanfei, which is going to be that 4-star pyro catalyst character that a lot of you guys out there are very excited for. So that's two things coming out as well. Let's talk about Eula in here. Zhongli still looking great, still looking fine, but what about our girl Eula? Eula's still going to be that big cryo physical damage character. She's cryo type, but the vast majority of her damage is going to be physical, including her elemental burst damage. So that's going to be something to really look forward to there. As far as numbers goes, we don't see any changes here. You do see how sleek she does look in combat. She is actually quite quick with a claymore. She does actually have multiple hitting skills, like an attack that hits multiple times. So that's going to be very nice if you're using weapons maybe in the future that proc certain effects on hit. That's something to keep your eyes out there for, guys. But she's also looking quite good here with her E and her elemental burst. But as far as we can see right now, so far, nothing has really changed with this character. Anything that you might have known from, other less scrupulous sources, pretty much still the same stuff there, but she does look amazingly cool. Now, Yanfei is going to be that 4-star catalyst pyro damage dealing character, very charge attack centric. She boosts up her charge attacks with a unique little mechanic in her own charge attack, as well as elemental burst, as well as elemental skill. Everything's all charge attacks with this character. She's gonna be fantastic for you out there if you're looking for a new pyro damage character with some nice attack combinations and some nice damage to go around that. Now, as you can see, here's the 1.5 banners. There's Zhongli up on the Gentry of Hermitage, and that's going to be featuring Yanfei as the 4-star on the Zhongli banner as well, whereas Eula is going to be on the Born of the Ocean Swell banner. And we're also going to have new weapon banners to come out as well, because, if we get a new 5-star character, they have to have their own weapon now. So we have the Song of Broken Pines, which is a very strong weapon here. It also is going to be dependent on what other weapons you have if you need to or want to pull for this weapon, but it is very good. It has the same sort of style proc as the new Venti bow did. It has an insanely high base attack as of right now, but more importantly, on top of that, we have the new 5-star maximum artifacts, the two new sets, the Tenacity of the Millith and Pale Flames. And Pale Flames, if you knew anything about Pale Flames, it is incredibly powerful, and it got buffed. So it used to have 3 max stacks and gave you 18% attack at max. Now it only needs to stack 2 times. So if you use your elemental skill twice, boom, you get 50% physical damage, 18% attack. Super awesome stuff there. It's a straight buff for that set. Tenacity of the Millith, this is going to be a fantastic support set. Zhongli, Albedo, maybe like a support official, because when an elemental skill hits an opponent, the attack of all nearby party members, including themselves, is increased by 20%, and their shield strength is increased by 30% as well. This can be triggered once every 0.5 seconds and has a 3-second duration there. So super strong stuff. Going into 1.5, it's going to have his own domain, as you guys can see behind you, and you get there one time, and then you can teleport back in there. So big buff to physical damage with that new set too, because it got buffed before the game came out. Yes, I'm super excited about that. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section. Now, other new permanent content get it added, right, with the new domains, and we're also going to have the new world boss for you guys to get out there, the weekly world boss, Azhdaha. I pronounced that wrong. They were saying it differently, but I don't know. Could tell me how to say that down below. But this is going to be a new world boss weekly, so extra stuff to go in there and farm it. You'll be like, oh man, it's 60 more energy a week now I gotta spend on big weekly world bosses. Fear not, because the first 3 weekly world bosses that you do now in Genshin, because there's 4 now, but the first 3 will cost half. So that's right. So you're gonna spend 90 resin there to go ahead in there and be able to do your first 3 weekly bosses, and then that final 4th one is gonna cost the full 60. So that's gonna be awesome. You can even maybe get all your world bosses done in one day now with just 1 day's worth of resin, which is fantastic. So look forward to this boss coming out. What does he drop yet? Probably new bosses. Definitely not a prototype though. Can he drop some prototypes, please? Now, for non-weekly new world boss, we have the Cryo Hypostasis. You're gonna have to farm this up for Eula, or end user license agreement, as we are calling her around here. So, gonna be a pretty interesting boss. It's a hypostasis, nothing to be, super something to be excited about, like that cool weekly world boss we just saw. But this is something you guys are gonna need to get in there and it's going to be the new mat that you need for Eula. So look forward to fighting this guy a whole bunch of times and exploring those mechanics as well. Also, we're gonna have some additional things here. You can see the new kind of like endgame Lord Fatui. We fought one in just the last update here with the Dane Slave quest, and now you can see the Electro version coming in here, and he, I do believe, might be showing up in the Abyss, probably on stage 12 here. So look forward to this guy as well. They're, you know, making some more bigger bosses and stuff. I'm looking forward to see what they do with these as Genshin Impact continues to progress its life cycle and we start getting more and more patches. Now here comes one of the biggest permanent pieces of, I'm going to call it endgame content that we've gotten in a while, and this is going to be the Serenitea teapot, right? Because Serenity teapot, cute name. Now this is going to be like your base of operations sort of builder here. This is going to be your little housing system, but it also can give you rewards that you can utilize this housing system for things like Primo Gems, Resin, stuff like that. So it's gonna be more than just housing, but it's gonna be your housing thing, and it's got a couple of different systems behind it. So it does have, you can see 3 different areas that you can have your house located. Now these are gonna be have to unlock because there is gonna be, you've guessed it, like a trust system, a rank reputation reward system. That's gonna be one thing that you do there. So how do you raise your reputation? How do you raise your ranks? This is pretty much all you need to do here. You have to do each individual things you can see right here as you get the trust up. As you start creating and building your forts up, your trust rank's going to go up, and it's going to allow you to store more realm currency, which is going to be the other thing part of this new permanent system. Talk to your little kettle boy there. He's kind of cutie guy, ain't he? He's a bird. His beak's so tiny. Anyway, then you'll be able to store up this additional realm currency, which is what you're going to be using to buy items, and you're also going to have different things that are available to you. As you can see, realm layouts increased to 3 here. Teapot spirit transformation. I get a little bit more chubby as well, but you can see Primo Gems rewarded, as well as the new types of housing things that you can do there. But what if you say, I'm not a housing master? What is this realm currency? Tell me what the realm currency is. TLDR. Realm currency, this is going to be something that you're going to be expanding on. Basically, the more you build and the higher your trust rank, the more stuff you can have, the bigger house you can have, right? And as this stuff gets upgraded, and the more stuff you have, you're going to have adeptal elemental energy, and you're going to be able to gain this right here. This is where you spend your well-earned realm currency. As you can see, you can buy random stuff fabric, but you can find this new transient resin in here as well. This is going to kind of be a 1 week buy. You can buy this every week one time, and it's basically 60 free resin. All right, it'll go away at the end of the week. You can't hold it forever. It's not like the resin we have right now where you can just hold them all forever, the fractured one. Transient is it's only temporary, but then you can start buying heroes writs, mystic enhancement ore, Mora, and sanctifying essence in Unshin as well. But there's also going to be other stuff that happens from time to time, because you may run into a nice little NPC that sells you special stuff, and it's going to change from time to time. It's going to have some pets for you here, the Northland Hound and a Shiba and a little sheriff cat. So this is going to be something that you guys are going to be wanting to spend some time on. Even if you're not the biggest housing aficionado, you don't want to make it look super perfect, just slap your house in there and fill it all up with plants and stuff, and just be like poison ivy or something, right? So go ahead and do that, but definitely work on this housing system. And they also did say that they're going to be expanding on it possibly in the future, so keep an eye on that. Now, this is a time-limited event that's not permanent content. This is gonna be the Energy Amplifier event. I'm really looking forward to this one because it seems to have a unique system behind it. So as you can see behind us, what you're gonna be doing, it's a multifaceted event where you need to go out in the wild and gather up these different fractured elemental energy crystals. And what you can do is you're going to have this item so conveniently configured in this menu screen where they're hiding it right now with the details button, where you're going to have this place that you can build these different fruit cores. And these cores are going to do different things for you. You're going to be able to build teams around this stuff. I'm getting a little bit hyped over this, okay? But you can do, like, when you plunge an attack, you do bonus damage. When you attack with charge attacks, you do more charge attack damage. There's a bunch of different stuff. You can see this one, Iron Bow. When you hit someone in a weak spot, you get increased crit rate for normal attack and charge attacks by 50%. So there's a lot of cool stuff that you can get in here, and you can build multiple ones. We could make an entire video about this, but just know this one's coming, and I'm looking forward to it. It looks like it's gonna be a fun time-limited event to maybe even do out there and share some unique builds and teams built around these little fruit cores. Now, another one here I kind of like as well. It's called the Battlefront Misty Dungeon, and so it's gonna be kind of stuff that we've already gotten to see. It's basically gonna be another timed battle sort of a mode. But what's unique about this is you don't use your characters that you have. You don't use the gear that you have. You don't use the items you have. What you're going to be doing here is you're going to be going into certain dungeons, and they're going to have certain buffs or maybe even like weaknesses to your team. as well. You get to see what you're fighting beforehand and then what you do there. You have these different missions. As you see, you're set up with certain trial characters that are pre-built for you. So if you wanted to try a character out, that's why I like this. I think this is cool for both brand new players or even players who just haven't gotten to play a certain unit yet. You're gonna be able to try them out, right? Maybe you want to mess around Kaching, but you don't own one. Should I pull on Kaching Banner? If Kaching Banner ever comes back again for the second time real quick, is Albedo cool? It's gonna be a very, very cool experience here. I don't think it's gonna be like super crazy OP, the best thing ever, but I think it's a nice way to allow people to actually utilize characters and maybe even test out their gameplay ability mechanically in game with Genshin Impact, between on what it is that you're building and what sort of Battlefront Misty Dungeon you're going into. So take a look at this one when it does come out. I'm pretty excited for this event. And yeah, there's still more. So this one's going to be the Hilly Churl event where you go with Elon Musk over there. Not Elon. We're not going to outer space. Elon Musk. Okay, she's going out there. She's talking to Hilly Churls, and you'll be talking to these specific Hilly Churls in the Mimi Tomo event. So it's less backed than the and a little bit more toned down than the action combat adventures we've been having here. So I'm probably not super looking forward to this one, but it's gonna allow you to, like, you know, get in there and just take a chill pill and you know, go look for rare Hilly Churls. But we're not done with battle content yet. No. But this is gonna be different kinds of battle content. This is gonna be a little bit of PvP in Genshin Impact here. So now you're not fighting against other people with your characters. This is gonna be similar to some other games out there that we've seen before, where there's gonna be you know, it's basically hide and seek. It's hide and seek with in-game mechanics here, and this is gonna be a PvP oriented thing. So you're gonna have people who are trying to hide, someone who's trying to seek. You're gonna have certain abilities that allow you to disguise yourself, or maybe interact with different characters in certain ways. Maybe you can hide under the ground. Maybe you can turn into a little barrel and float around there. Maybe you can do a little bit of elemental sight if you want to cheat it a little bit, be a little bit cheaty as the hide and seek, the seeker in the hide and seek game here. I think it's the royalty versus the rebels. I believe it's called nobles versus rebels or something. A little bit of a dark history there. Royalty or rebels? That's a little weird. Why are we hunting down the rebels, bro? The Imperials don't win, or do they? I'm not sure, but there's gonna be different maps on it. I'm kind of looking forward to this. Do it, hang out with my boys or something, and have a little bit of a actual co-op experience there. It's not going to be, you know, super hard or anything. Just got to do it X amount of times probably, and you'll be able to get some nice little rewards there. So looking forward to this one as well. This is the Wind Trace event. Also, last but not least, here we're gonna have the Overflowing Mastery. So there's gonna be a period of time where you can get bonus talent books for running the talent book dungeon. So make sure you do that one as well. And then some system optimizations here. So we talked about the original Resin claim for weekly bosses, the first 3 ones. That's gonna be cut in half the cost. Well, friendship, EXP, and co-op modes doubled. Yay, you're gonna have a nice little notification system where they're gonna mail you, hey man, the time limit event is ending. So look forward to that stuff as well. So you can see it have there. A lot of cool stuff coming out here, but we're not quite done yet. There's one final thing that I want to talk about. And this is it, ladies and gentlemen. They're showing off some art of in-game locations that are going to be on the Inazuma continent/area. You can see some of the different islands here. This place looks super cool. Okay, it is just in-game art, right? It's not like actual assets of it, but it does look very nice, very colorful as well. The different kind of flowers, like the tree design, and I really like the very electric vibes going there. Like, look at this city. That city looks sweet to me, especially this one, man. What? Oh my goodness. So showing off some of the Inazuma stuff here as well. Let me know what patch 1.5 thing you know about now or have seen already that you're most excited for. It could be maybe a couple things there. If you want to see more stuff about Genshin Impact, content like this, or character guides, or just talking about the game and having fun, check us out on Twitch, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and I'll see you down in the comments. Huh?